Hello, my name is Scott. This is another one of the videos that I'm doing in a series of videos. One of the things that I really enjoy and I have a very big interest in is mystical things, feng shui, Latin culture, a lot of different things on different rituals that people have all over the world, and find it very, very interesting. So this one here is, people have asked me about if they have negative energy in their house, how can we remove some of the negative energy? So one of the things that we can do is, we've talked about salt before. So with talking about salt, it's very good for removing energy. We've talked to where we've used it before to create abundance, but now we're going to use it for removing some negative energy in there. So if you find that in your house you're sensing some negative energy and you're feeling maybe a little stuck, a little frustrated, maybe you've been having some arguments in the house, just things aren't going great. So maybe it's time to try cleansing the house with some salt, some sea salt, and try and get some positive energy going in there, remove some of the negative energy. So how does this actually work? The way that it actually works is we're going to be using salt in the house in several different ways. And when we're doing that, we're going to be removing some negative energy. Salt has been used for centuries as a purifier. It's thought to absorb water particles and pollutants in the air. And that's one of the ways that we can remove that. But one of the things that why we say that it works is you believe that it does. So you have that positive energy when you actually go to do that. So what we can do is we can remove negative energy from our aura, from our home, from our yard, from your child's room, maybe a dark hallway, a basement, anywhere where negative energy seems to go somewhere, and we can actually remove that from there. So with that being said, what kind of salt do we want to use for that? Preferably you want to use sea salt. Sea salt, I'm told, works the best. You can use Himalayan salt. But if, say, you can't find either one of those and you have some negative energy in your house, you can actually use regular table salt. And with that table salt, part of it is that once you remove the negative energy, you're going to want to throw that away. So you don't want to use some expensive salt to be able to do that. Now, you can buy the salt. We buy it in the grocery store, the local grocery store. We buy sea salt. You can buy it in any one of the Latin stores. You can buy it in any one of the mystical stores. You can buy it on Amazon. There's any much ways to get hold of that, but any one of the salt ways works. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is the way that we're going to do that is a salt bowl. And that's exactly what it is, a bowl of salt. So what I have here is, I have a bowl of sea salt, and then I have a small bowl. You don't need a big, huge bowl. You just need a small bowl. And I'm going to use a spoon. Put some salt in the bowl, and now with this salt I can place this anywhere that I want to remove some of the negative energy that's in there. This is a very easy way to do that. So if you're thinking that one of the rooms, maybe a spare room where you had a guest come in and there was some negative energy there, place this in the room, keep it in there anywhere from 1 to 3 days. Once that you do that, then what you want to do is remove the salt, throw it away, because you don't want to keep that negative salt in the house. You want to remove that. So you want to make sure that you get rid of that. So they're also very good with dark, damp rooms where maybe you think that nobody goes that often. There might be some negative energy in there. Maybe you just feel that you just want to refresh the house, that you want to just bring some positive energy into the house. This is a good way to do that. Could be that maybe you're just doing spring cleaning or you're cleaning the house and you want to do that. So you place the salt bowls around, keep them out for a couple days, and then get rid of it. Now we'll remove any of the negative energy. Or maybe you've just moved and you want to make sure that there isn't any negative energy from the previous people that lived there. So you can get rid of all of that. So that's one way that you can do that. It's very simple. Put salt in a small little bowl, place it in the house where you want to remove the energy, and keep it there from 1 to 3 days. You could even keep it a little bit longer, and then just throw the salt away in the trash. That way you get rid of that. So with that, you have another way to do this is sprinkles of salt. So with the sprinkles of salt, what we can do is, maybe you don't want to put a bowl out and you don't want to have that. So then what you can do is just take a little bit of salt, put it in a corner of the house, put it wherever you feel that there's some negative energy. Now, all you do when you're done cleaning, after a little while, sweep up the salt, throw it away with all of that, and that way you're removing all of the negative energy with that. So we want to use this sprinkles anytime we want to do an overall refresh, quick cleanup. You also want to do it around your front door or your back porch to refresh the energy and any negative energy that may enter your house. So you can do that way also. Another way that's really common that people use salt, and I use one also, is I have here a Himalayan salt lamp that I have. This one normally is in my kitchen and dining room area, and that we run, and that way it has, this is a large piece of Himalayan salt with a light bulb inside of that. And what this does is creates positive ions in the air, so that it creates that positive energy flow. And anywhere that you have a large area that you want to keep clean, you can also use something like that. So it works very well. And you can keep it on anywhere, and you can put it anywhere that you like. So this is a very good way of doing that, okay? So, and it's very good for the positivity, with that. So other things that we can do is, that's a couple different ways that we can cleanse our house with salt, and they all work very well. Something that we do in my home all the time. Other ways that you can do is, here I have some, besides salt, we can do other things in the house to create positive energy and create prosperity. This is some cinnamon. Besides smelling great, this is something that you can do when you're cleaning the house. You can sprinkle some of cinnamon on the floor while you're sweeping or while you're vacuuming. By doing this, it will help you for prosperity. So if you have a business or you have a house and you want to have some prosperity with that, this is something that you can do with that, with cinnamon. Very simple, a spice that's been around forever, something that is very good with that. Another thing is that we can use is some garlic peels. Here's a garlic clove, and then you take the peels, and people use that. They sprinkle these around. They use it when they're cleaning up, and you can see that with that. And what that does is that gets rid of any evil spirits or anything that is in your house. Will rid that of that. Any kind of bad vibrations, that will help cleanse with that. Another thing that you can use in your house is black pepper. Here it is. There we go. Black pepper. Black pepper is one. This is just some black pepper, some peppercorn that I ground into here. And this is good for keeping off people with bad intentions. So if you have a business or you have a home and you don't want people with bad intentions coming around, you can sprinkle this around. You can combine it with the others and use it while you're cleaning. It's very good for while you're sweeping, while you're vacuuming, to put that down, and it's very good with that. Another one is here, oregano. Love the smell of this. In this, they believe that this keeps people from gossiping, keeps the gossipers out. So you would do the same thing, so that if you don't want people talking about you and this and that, this is one thing that you can do with that. Another one is rosemary. Yeah, and rosemary is used to keep peace in the home. Yeah, this rosemary also is good for anxiety, keeping the peace in the home, for relaxation. It's very good. This you can also put in bowls and keep this around also. And this is good for making sure everybody stays very tranquil, and it's very good for having in the house. And here is some salt. Again, we can also use salt for sweeping. So just like we use the salt for putting it in bowls, or we can do it other ways, we can also just put the salt on the ground when we're sweeping, when we're vacuuming, and that also gives us some positive energy. And this one here is lavender. Lavender is very good for positive energy. It is very good for anxiety, for stress. It's very good to have around. So you can keep lavender in a bowl for people, for if you have stress in your house, or maybe you're very anxious. You can also use this while you're cleaning. Sprinkle some of this around. This is very good for when you're sweeping, vacuuming. It's very, very good for that. So I'm going to be having several more videos. I have more things that I'm going to be discussing. A lot of these things interest me a lot. So what I would like is if anybody could leave comments on my video, of what other videos that maybe you would like for me to discuss, or maybe for me to find out some information on. But all of this interests me a lot. Also to click on a like on my site, subscribe. This is something that interests me, and I'm going to be making several more of these videos. But give me an idea of which ones that you would want. Thumbs up on the site, and thank you very much. I'm glad that everybody is enjoying these videos, and thank you very much. All right, bye-bye.